Okay. So if you want to do the little journal part after we do meditate, you can have that ready for you. Just a pencil, paper, nothing fancy. And then we will be using a strap today, or something that you have that is strappish. And always, if with the blocks, if you like to use blocks, just have those out and ready to use, and any other props that you might need. Okay. So find yourself a comfortable seated position, or you can even begin laying down if you want. And then when you feel ready, close your eyes. Start to notice your breath. Notice the sensations that are happening in your body right now. Like, how does your energy feel right now? Is there any places or part of you that have like sort of a buildup of energy? Without necessarily naming what it is, just feel what it is. And gradually start to deepen your breath, breathing through your nose on the inhale and the exhale if you can. And feel how your breath changes the shape of your body slightly on the inhale and the exhale. Notice the seat that you chose, and if it's truly comfortable for you. If it's not, do some little adjustments there and get comfy. And then not only deepening your breath now, but slowing your breath down. So taking your time to inhale and exhale. Place your hands on your thighs if you're sitting up. And then turn both of your palms up. Put your right thumb inside of your your right thumb inside of your right palm, and then bring all of your fingers around your thumb. And then do the same thing with your left thumb. Bring it into your palm, and then bring your fingers, curl them around your left thumb. And now take your hands behind your back. If you're laying down, you might still be able to do this laying down. I don't think any of you are, though. No. So push your fingers together behind your back, like your fists together. So you're creating a mudra that symbolizes having no fear. So your thumbs are the fear, right? And your fingers clenched down around it. You push your knuckles together and your chest broadens, exposing your heart. It's a gesture, a posture of fearlessness. Continue to breathe deeply here for a couple breaths, sitting up tall. Keep pressing your knuckles together behind your back. So we're going to keep a deep breath as we move, and try to channel this energy just a little bit more today of fearlessness. You know, it requires, you're not afraid unless there's something, right? So there's a something. And so it's going to require us to have this fearless attitude, an attitude of knowing that no matter what, like, we still have to show up. We have to be able to calm ourselves or keep ourselves steady even when shit hits the fan. You release that mudra and then bring your hands into another mudra if you'd like, or you can place them on your thighs. So palms together in front of your heart. Push your thumbs into your heart and then push your heart into your thumbs. Continue to breathe deeply here, sitting up tall. And this is just a gesture of respect to yourself and to everybody else. And now we'll sing the sound of Om. So you're going to take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, we'll sing the sound of Om together. Inhale. Okay, so if you'd like to do the little journal prompt for today, you're more than welcome to. We have a big day tomorrow, and so it's really hard, but to be able to settle into uncertainty, to be, you don't have to be necessarily okay or prepared right now, but as things start showing up, or as whatever happens, being able to sort of sit with that. So how do you prepare yourself? Like, how do you cope for the unknown? And this doesn't have to like be a big thing, but just right off the top of your head, you know, what are those things that you know will help you if you need, and I feel like probably no matter what, we're going to need some level of preparation for coping with the final word. Okay, so just a little bit on that if you'd like. I'll give you a minute or two here. Okay. Stacia, we're going to use something as a strap today. I can't see. There you are. Hi. We're going to use a strap today. So having one of those, and then a block if you like to use it, if you have one. Okay? Okay. I was thinking like of what I would call this if I was going to like call this class something. And it's, I always really like that quote, like, if you're going through hell, keep going. And that's sort of how I feel right now. So we're going to just keep going. Start in child's pose, pretty please. And reconnect with your deep breathing. Stretch it out. Okay, on your next inhale, come up to your hands and knees. With your knees hip distance apart and your hands a little wider than hip distance apart. And then as you inhale, turn your chest open to the right, lift your arm open to the right. And then exhale, bring your arm underneath you toward the left. We're going to do that a couple times. So inhale, reach up. And exhale, reach underneath you. Keep going. Okay, this time when you reach underneath, you keep reaching until you bring the back of your arm and your right ear to the floor. If you keep your hand where it was, like your left hand on the ground, it should be kind of in front of your face. You're going to push that hand down and to the left, and this will bring you a little deeper into the twist and the shoulder stretch. You take another long, slow breath there. And then use your left hand pushing down to come back up. And let's do the left side. So as you inhale, turn your chest to the left and lift your left arm up, look up, take a deep breath. Yeah, and then exhale, reach to the right. And keep going. Okay, this time again, you're just gonna keep reaching and then lay the back of your arm down, lay your right ear down. Using your right hand, you can push down into the floor and then toward the right, and this will help you twist a little more. Breathe. Feel and notice where you're feeling the stretch. So it's a good thing to do to like notice where you're feeling the stretch. That way when you get done with yoga, you're like, oh, that one stretch. I need that one. Okay, so using your right hand, push into the floor to lift you up. All right, tuck your toes underneath your feet and push back to downward facing dog for a moment here. Walk in place. Okay, and then use those little steps to walk toward the back of your hands. Get as close as you can. Once you're there, take your feet hip distance apart or a little wider, and then interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift your knuckles up toward the ceiling. Pull your hands away from your back and drop your head toward the floor. And then start to sway from side to side a little bit. Okay, bend your elbows, place your hands on your hips, squeeze your elbows towards each other, and on your next inhale, come up halfway, head in line with your hips or slightly higher, and then push off of your feet as you stand tall. Inhale, reach out and up, bring your palms together overhead, look up. And exhale, bring your arms down to your sides again. Interlace your fingers again, this time with the opposite fingers on top. Pull your hands away from your back. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, go back to the fold. Bend your knees, lift your butt, drop your head. And this time, instead of swaying side to side, you're gonna rock your weight forward toward your toes and then back towards your heels. And just keep that little rocking motion. Place your hands on your hips. Squeeze your elbows in. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, stand all the way up. Use your feet pushing down as you stand. Inhale, reach up, palms together, overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides and stand tall. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, inhale, reach back up. And exhale, fold. So Sun Salutation A now. We'll start with the first one, modified. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Okay, inhale, plank. Exhale and slowly lower down, knees, thighs, bend your elbows, hips, hearts, head. Inhale, flip your feet, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take 3 deep breaths. And one more here. And then walk toward the back of your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. 2 more just like that. We'll go a little faster. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, step back, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lift halfway up for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand. Palms together overhead, upward salute. Exhale, arms at your sides for mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back and either lower straight to the floor or do chaturanga this time, that low push-up position. Inhale, curl up to cobra if you went to the floor. Up dog if you did chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Bring your feet together. Sit down as you reach up for chair pose. We're going to hold, take 2 breaths. Squeeze your legs together, pull your belly, chest away from your thighs. Last breath. Okay, you might need to use your hands for this, you might not. You're going to lower your butt to the floor. Boat pose. You can have your knees bent. If you have difficulty with boat pose, you could try putting your toe tips on the floor and or your hands back behind you for a little modification variation. Otherwise, holding here, take another breath. Okay, Slowly bring your back to the floor. You might put your feet down. It's actually kind of easier with your feet up. Lower your back down. Good, and now bring your feet up toward the ceiling or the sky. Okay, do a couple ankle circles here. Let's give our feet some love. And then go in the opposite direction. Okay, bring your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers around the front of your right shin and pull it in towards your belly. And then slowly, either you can point your toes or flex your toes back towards your shin. That's up to you. If you get calf cramps, don't point your toes. Flex your toes back towards your shins. And then slowly lower your your left leg toward the ground as you pull your right thigh into your belly. All right. Take a deep inhale. Squeeze your inner thighs in. As you exhale, lift your head and chest up. Bring your face towards your knee. Yeah. Breathe here. Take another breath. Okay, bring your head and chest back down. Bring your left leg up. Switch sides. Bend your left knee. Pull your knee into your chest. Stick your right foot up toward the ceiling. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, slowly lower your right leg. You're gonna hover your right heel just above the floor. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head and chest up, bringing your face towards your knee. Just do a little tiny bit of a squeeze of your inner thighs towards each other. Last breath. And then bring your head and chest back down. Bring your right knee in. Bring both feet up toward the ceiling again. Now point and flex your feet a couple of times. Okay. So hopefully you have a semi-soft floor or a semi-hard back. You're gonna bring your hands to the floor at the sides of your hips. And we're gonna start to swing our hips. So you're gonna lift your feet and swing your feet back without a goal. So you don't have to try to lift your hips super high yet. And you're not trying to bring your feet to the floor behind you yet. So we're just gonna do this a couple times. Okay, so right now you're not using your hands. You're just lifting with the strength of your belly. Now I want you to start to use your hands and try to get your feet to or toward a little closer to the floor. We'll do that one more time. And then you're gonna use the momentum to come up to boat pose. We're gonna hold boat for a moment here with your feet up or knees bent or feet on the floor. Okay, lean forward, put your feet down. We're probably definitely gonna have to use our hands on this first one. Push off the floor into back to chair pose. Yes, and then stand up, arms at your sides. Okay, so we'll do that a lot quicker, which will make it slightly easier. So we're gonna inhale chair, exhale boat, inhale boat pose, exhale swing back, inhale boat pose, exhale stand up. So your knees might have to go out to the side to help you stand up. Try that if it's completely impossible. And we're back to chair, sorry, being a bad example there. And then stand up. Okay? So we want to get better at this. So we're going to try it a couple more times. So inhale chair, exhale boat, inhale swing, exhale boat, inhale chair, exhale stand. Remember, you can use your hands and do use your hands if you need. Inhale chair, exhale boat, Inhale, swing. Exhale, boat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Tadasana. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, boat. Inhale, swing. Exhale, boat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Tadasana. Okay, go back to your back. Find your strap. So from your back, just have your strap ready. Thighs on the floor, or legs on the floor. Start with your feet together and then flex your toes towards your shin. We're gonna do the Hasta Padangusthasana sequence. It's a hand to big toe sequence here on the ground. And bring your right knee towards your chest. Lift your head and chest up and put the strap around the ball of your right foot. And then kick your right foot up toward the ceiling. Hold it with your right hand. So the idea of a strap is that it's sort of like an arm extender. So as much strap as you need so that you can have your right leg straight. Okay, and now flex your left toes toward your shin. Turn your inner thighs toward what the top of your mat was, so that you're turning them out slightly. And then pull with your right hand, place your left hand on your left thigh. Okay, so first position, inhale. And exhale through your nose. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, lift your head and chest up, bend your right elbow. Don't pull your leg towards you, bring your chest towards your leg. And slide your left hand down your thigh, little further, little further. And then bring your head and chest back down. Turn your right toes out to the right. Keep your left hip on the floor as you start to bring your right leg out to the right. So you're probably going to feel like you're going to roll to the right. So try to resist that as much as possible. Even try to turn your belly away from your leg, away from your right thigh. Your left hand can stay on your left thigh, or you could, if you have space, you could take it out to the side. Push your foot into the strap and pull with your right hand. If you know you have longer hamstring muscles, then you might pull it up closer to your ear, toes towards your ear. One more breath. Okay, bend your right knee slightly as you bring it back up. Bend your left knee, put your left foot on the floor. Let's do thread the needle pose. So you're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can hang the strap from your right ankle or just put it somewhere close because we're gonna use it again. Now bring both of your legs towards you. Take your hands, right hand to the inside of your legs and then interlace your fingers on your left hamstring muscles or your left shin, whichever you can more easily grasp. If you have any sensitivity in your knee, you might try flexing your right toes toward your shin. Push both of your sitting bones forward evenly and breathe. If this is not a big stretch for you as it is, you could bend your elbows and bring your legs closer to you. Breathing deeply here, relax the sides of your neck, the tops of your shoulders, let your jaw release. And then take another slow breath here. Come back to the first position. Place the strap on the ball of your right foot, hold it with your right hand. Bring your left leg back to the floor as you bring your right foot back up to the ceiling. Place your left hand on your left thigh. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and chest up. This time you're going to pull your right leg towards you as you lift your head and chest. Okay, and then take another deep inhale and exhale. And bring your head and chest down. Release your right foot and just lay on your back for a moment here and feel things. Notice the after effect. Okay. Begin again with your feet together, toes pointing toward the ceiling. Bend your left knee, bring your left knee towards your chest. Take the strap around the ball of your left foot this time. And then hold onto the strap with your left hand. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Flex your right toes towards your shins strongly. Turn your right inner thigh toward the floor. Turn your left inner thigh forward a little bit. And really push your foot into the strap and pull with your right hand. So this sequence can also be done standing, and we're going to do that today. So it could be fun to feel right now, like the difference, or sort of implant what this feels like now, and see if you can incorporate some of the things you're doing right now when we do it standing. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and chest, slide your right hand down your thigh, bend your left elbow out to the side. Remember, first time we're trying to bring our head and chest to our leg, but we're not bringing our leg to us yet. One more breath. So you're sort of resisting the pull of your hand. And then bring your head and chest down. Turn your left toes out to the left, and then slowly take your left leg out to the left. As you do it, turn your belly away from your left inner thigh. Try to keep your right hip on the floor. So you're only taking your leg out to the side as far as you can keep your right hip down. Your right hand could stay on your right thigh if you'd like, or you could take your hand out to the right. Push your foot into the strap, pull with your hand. And if you have, really flexible hamstrings, you might bend your elbow a little bit more and pull your right foot up towards your ear. If you don't have the space for that, that's okay. Another breath. Getting ready to thread the needle. Bend your right knee, place your right foot on the floor. Guide your left foot over your right thigh. You can hang the strap from your foot if you'd like, or place it someplace else convenient. And then bring your legs towards you. Lift your head, interlace your fingers at your right hamstrings or your right shin, whatever's more easy to grab for you. And then put your head back down, relax your shoulders, and breathe. If you have any sensation going on in your knee, you might try flexing your left toes towards your shin a little bit more, just adding a little bit more activation to your muscles can help support that knee. Breathe deeply here. You might try pointing both of your sitting bones straight ahead, so you notice the right side of your body may be a little bit more crunched up than the left. Relax the sides of your neck and the top of your shoulders. One more breath. Getting ready to go back to the first position. Take the strap around the ball of your left foot. Hold it with your left hand. Send your right leg back to the floor. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Flex your right toes up toward the ceiling. Try to keep them like that. Push your foot into the strap. Pull with your left hand. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and chest up. Slide your right hand down your thigh, and then pull your left leg toward you. Bend your left elbow out to the side as you do it. Still adding a little resistance of your foot by pushing into that strap. Last breath. Bring your head and chest down. Take the strap off your left foot and lay on the floor for a moment here. Breathing deeply. Just integrating those movements. Okay, roll over to one side and come up to standing. Move your strap so that it's somewhere close to grab in a little while. And then stand at the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Bring your palms together overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Place your fingers on the floor. Inhale, lift halfway up, look forward. Exhale, hop or step back and lower down, either chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale, curl up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step towards your right thumb. Bring your left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Pause. So we're gonna have our hands shoulder distance apart. Back leg straight, front knee over your ankle. Actually, do this. Lift your back heel up. It's funner this way. So now you're gonna take your arms even with your shoulders. And as you inhale, you're gonna open your chest up. So pull your hands back and bend your back knee. That's it. And then exhale, straighten your back leg and wrap your arms around yourself as you lean forward a little bit. Okay, so inhale, bend your back knee, open your arms up, lift your heart up, look up. Exhale, straighten your back leg. Give yourself a hug. And then keep going. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can alternate like which arm is on top if you like, if you're worried about that. Last time. Okay, put your hands on your hips. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, bend your back knee slowly to the floor. You could keep your hands on your hips, or if you have blocks, you could put your hands on blocks. You can even do this with your hands on the floor, really. But put the top of your right foot on the floor. Is that my right foot? Left foot on the floor. And then lift your left heel up towards your butt. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale. If you get a calf cramp, you extra points, or a hamstring cramp. You're really working those hamstrings and you'll know it. A couple more times. Whatever breath you're on is okay as long as you're doing the movement. Last time here. And down. Okay. So let's bend into this front knee even more. You're gonna let your hips come down. Yes. Now push down into your front heel and your back knee and sort of squeeze them towards each other to lift yourself back up. Okay? Wherever your hands are comfortable. You can move hands on thighs, hands on hips, hands on the floor. Squeeze your back knee and front foot together to come back up. And then once again, sink down. Do this a few times. Okay, last one. I'm going to come down and then come all the way back up so that your right knee is in line with your ankle. Lift your back foot up, turn to the left, grab for your ankle or the top of your foot, and then turn back around. Place your right hand on your thigh. Kick your foot into your thigh. I mean hand. I cannot talk today. That's okay. Turn your face forward. Okay, cherry on top here. If you don't have your balance, you might not want to try doing this, but reach your right arm up and reach your hand forward. It's okay if you lose your balance, you just come right back, right? That's sort of the theme of class anyways. How do we keep coming back? Last breath. And slowly lower your foot. Good. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, exhale through your mouth. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Okay, start out in a lunge. So your back heel is going to be up. We can come up from there. And reach your arms up for a moment here, looking forward. Get your balance. Take a moment. Feel your feet on the floor. Okay, bring your arms directly out in front of you. As you inhale, you're going to bend your back knee and open your heart up. And then as you exhale, straighten your back leg and give yourself a hug. And then keep going back and forth, inhaling, opening up, and exhaling, pulling back in. Make your breath really big, just as big as the movement. One more time. Okay, hands on your hips. Slowly lower your right knee to the floor. All right, bring the top of your right foot down. And then hamstring curls. So slowly start to lift your right heel up towards your butt. And then bring it back down. Let's do this a few times. So we'll get the cramping over with here, so when we grab our foot in a little bit, it won't be so bad when we try to hold the pose. A few more times. We do a ton of hamstring stretching in yoga, not a lot of hamstring strengthening, so you're welcome. Okay, one more. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, now let your lunge get super deep. Let your pelvis come down. Let your left knee come in front of your ankle. And then to come back up, use your front foot pushing down and your back knee pushing down, and your inner thigh squeezing in to lift you up. So you're really trying to activate your inner thigh muscles. And then just go back and forth, nice and slow. With your breath. Doesn't matter if you're inhaling or exhaling while you do the movements, just breathing deeply. Okay, come down, or actually come up, and then make sure that your left knee is over your ankle. This is a version of pigeon pose. Place your left hand on your left thigh and turn your chest toward the right. And then lift your right foot up, grab for your right ankle or the top of your foot, turn your chest forward, and now start to kick your foot into your hand really strongly. And breathe. Now your left hand on your thigh is helping you balance quite a bit. If you'd like to maybe throw your balance off a little, practice that feeling. You can lift your left hand up and reach forward. Take another deep breath there. Now take it slow, release your right foot to the ground. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale there. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower down chaturanga or to the floor. Chaturanga is that low push-up position. Inhale from the floor, do cobra. From chaturanga, do up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift your chest and look forward. Exhale, forward bend. Your knees bent a little bit here. Inhale, reach out and up as you stand up. And exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Find your strap. Alrighty. So if you've got a super long strap, you might fold it in half. Like this strap is like 8 feet long. Definitely don't need all that. So as promised, the hand to big toe sequence again. If you're just learning how to balance and you actually want to try to do the little activations of this pose a little bit better, you might put your left hand on a wall. That way you can more focus on doing the things instead of trying to balance. But if you don't mind losing your balance, like if it doesn't piss you off a bunch, then feel free to try it in the middle of the room without a wall. Okay, hold the strap in your right hand, bend your knees. You'll lift your right foot up towards your belly, and then take the strap around the ball of your right foot. Hold the strap with your right hand, place your left hand on your left hip, and you're gonna tuck your tailbone toward the floor to lift yourself up. Now push your foot into the strap and pull with your right hand, and pull your left hip in strongly. Okay, bend your left knee just a little bit. Inhale there. And then exhale, bend your right elbow out to the side as you fold forward over your right leg. As you inhale, come back up. Exhale, turn your right foot out to the right as you slowly bring your leg out to the right. Pull your left hip in the whole time. Stand tall, don't lean. Take a deep breath. Okay, begin to bend your right knee a little bit. Bend your left knee deeply, actually both knees, I guess. Cross your right leg over your left knee and sit low. You can hang the strap from your ankle. Lean your chest forward. Nice long, slow breath there. Okay, grab the strap again with your right hand. Put your left hand on your left hip and start to stand up. Just giving you the opportunity to practice being angry and like how are you gonna cope with that? Push your foot into the strap, pull with your hands, stand tall. Okay, hardest part, at least for me, you're gonna take the strap off your foot, try to keep your leg up. Bring your right hand to your hip and then bring your right foot down. All right. So now we know what's going on, which makes it really not that much easier for your left side, but at least you know what's coming. Alrighty, so you're gonna bend your knees a little bit. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Put the strap around your the ball of your left foot, hold it with your left hand, put your right hand on your hip. So your butt needs to go down so your head goes up. So point your tailbone down, head pulls back, and then push your foot into the strap and pull with your right hand firmly, like you were doing when you're laying on the ground. Yes, right hip pulls in, inhale. Exhale, bend your left elbow out to the left as you fold forward. Let your butt go backwards. This will make it much easier. And then inhale, stand back up, push your pelvis forward. Exhale, turn your left toes out to the left as you slowly rotate your hip out. Keep pulling your right hip in. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bend both knees. You're gonna cross your left ankle over your right. Just hang that strap from your foot, from your ankle. Sit a little bit lower there, breathe. One more breath. Lower you sit, the deeper the stretch there. Okay, now take that strap again into your left hand. Start to push immediately. As you start to stand up, remember butt goes down, head goes up. Pull your low belly in, pull your ribs in. Once you have your balance-ish, start to take that strap off of your left foot, holding your left hand on your left hip, holding your left foot up. And then come down. Okay. Take your feet out wide so that they're wider than your hips. Yeah. And then bend your knees as you start to squat down. So sometimes your squat is like this. Some people like this, right? Some of you might be a little lower and some of you might be super low. So just get to the squat that you can handle right now. If it seems like you can get low but you can't balance it, something underneath your butt might be good, a block or a pillow. Okay, take your hands forward to the floor. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, drop your head. And breathe there for a moment. And then lift your head. Good, and push into your feet to stand up. Turn your toes forward. So my offering before the end of class is a difficult pose. Awkward, a very awkward pose. Just see how you do with it and laugh at the rest, okay? So it begins with a pose that we've already done multiple times now. You're gonna bend your knees, cross your right ankle over your left. And if you're not feeling doing an arm balance, I invite you to do this again. It will be good. All right, so you're already a little bit more opened up. It won't be as uncomfortable as it may have been before. Okay, if you would like to try the arm balance or just keep following these through the steps until you get to the one that you don't want to try, you're gonna put your elbows on your shin. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lift your right toes up and try to curl them around the outside of your left arm. All right, now from here, lean forward a little bit. Place your hands on the floor, shoulder distance apart. Think about doing a push-up, right? So if you're gonna do a push-up, you need to lower down, bend your elbows, squeeze your elbows in, lift your butt, lean your weight forward into that shin, keep hooking your toes, and maybe lift your left toes off the floor. This is a funny pose. This is called flying pigeon. Maybe toes lift. I can't see you, but if somebody's doing this, maybe you could straighten your leg back behind you. Okay. When you're satisfied, go ahead and stand up and shake out your right leg. Yeah, let's do a sigh of relief. Take a deep inhale. Okay, so let's see what happens on this side. So like I said, you can just keep following the steps till we get to the step that you're like, no freaking way. Or just keep going through the steps. Bend your knees. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. It's just gonna depend on the energy that you have. Like, it doesn't actually matter if you can do it or not if you try to do it. Hook your elbows in the front of your shin and place your hands together in front of your heart. So this might be a great place to stay and just try to balance, very strengthening. Tuck your right toes, left toes around your right upper arm, lean forward, hands to the floor, hands slightly wider than shoulder distance, and think about doing a push-up. Squeeze your elbows in, pull your chest forward, slowly lower. You can keep those right toes on the floor. The very last moment, maybe pick them up for a moment. Maybe extend your leg back behind you. Very wristy. Yeah, and then coming up, shake out your left leg. We'll do a nice simple standing forward bend here. Take your feet out just a little bit wider than your hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a deep inhale, lift your heart up. And then exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Hands to the floor. Let your head hang and just sway from side to side slightly. Doing any more sighing that you feel is necessary. Really let your head hang from your spine. Like if your knees aren't bent and your butt isn't lifted up, it makes it just a little bit harder to let your head hang. So put a bend in your knees, lift your tailbone up, let your head drop down. Let it be like a traction on your spine. Good, and then from here, bend your knees deeply, find your way to the ground. Coming all the way to the floor, find your way to your back. And once you're on your back, bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, and just sway your knees from side to side. Rest your arms wherever they feel good. Okay, and then bring the bottom of your feet together and drop your knees out wide. But if that is too uncomfortable for your inner thigh muscles, like if you can't relax like that, that's okay. Do the opposite. Take your feet to the outer edges of your mat and drop your knees in. So do one of those in your legs, whichever one feels the best to you right now. And then tuck your chin a little bit. Place your hands wherever they feel comfortable. Close your eyes. We'll be here for a breath or two or three. Feel your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Maybe you can review the ways that you face some of those more anxiety or fear-inducing moments even in yoga class today. We're butting up right against discomfort, right against our dislike of not being in control, not being in balance, of the unknown. And it's fine when we get off balance. It's more important is that we try to get back in balance, that we just don't stay there in that unbalanced place. So I invite you now, if there's like a pose or a last little bit of stretching that you really would like to do before Shavasana, please do that thing. That might be a slightly different thing for each of you. So whatever it is, do that now for a few breaths. If you're doing something that's on one side, make sure to do both sides. And then when you're done with that, find your way to Shavasana, which is just laying flat on your back with your eyes closed if you feel comfortable with that and ready to close your eyes. And you can let your deep breathing go and just start to slow your breath until it turns back into your natural breath. And just take a few minutes here for Shavasana. Notice how you're feeling now. Notice the way your body feels laying on the ground, the way the air feels all around you, clothes on your skin, the hair on your head, the breath. And when you're ready, you can bring some movement back, whatever comes natural. And then take your time. The next breath or two, come up to a seated position with your eyes closed, sitting tall once again. You might reconnect here with your deep breath for a moment, continuing to just feel yourself being. And then bring your thumbs into the palms of your hands again and wrap your fingers around your thumbs, squeeze. Take your hands behind your back, push your fists into each other. Just feel this symbolic mudra, squashing your fears, whatever they are. Take a breath into that intention. And then let's sing one more Om. Bring your hands now again in front of your heart. Palms together, push your thumbs into your heart and your heart into your thumbs. And take a deep inhale. Thank you so much for doing yoga with me today. And I hope it helped ground you, at least in this moment. There's more classes online on YouTube. They're all free. Heather Carpenter Yoga. If you just look that up, there's a bunch of classes, some of them for like stress. I'm hoping that tomorrow is not too stressful. But no matter what, I think it will be, no matter what happens. And no, I'm thinking about y'all. And now you're going to be thinking about me too, because now you know I'm freaking out. I love you guys. Thanks for coming to class, and I hope I see you next Monday. Bye.